And
Right.
I really think that like you are a really interesting person here, and like it would be that's why I wanted to do this podcast. That's why I wanted to reach out. If someone obviously asks you like about your life, you can literally direct them to this video. Literally, say,
Yeah.
go and watch this. Yeah. So feel free to plug yourself.
Yeah, so I stream over on Twitch. That's Destroyer23, D3STR0YR23. And I do have a YouTube. That's Destroyer23 Gaming. I haven't uploaded like anything in forever, but I might start again, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so far that's kind of it, yeah.
So for everybody watching this in a video form, uh, on the top left side of the screen, you can see both our socials, and the Twitch and the YouTube icon are like it's like a slideshow where they basically interchange, and you can see the name and the exact spelling of it. So
Hmm.
that's always good. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
how are you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, quarantine life, you know. No, but it's fine. Bit
Okay.
tired generally, but
So let's start off with a very basic question. Which country do you live at least?
what country? Oh, right
Yeah.
now I'm in Germany.
Okay. So you live in Germany.
Yeah.
Is it like north, east, west, or south? If that's something you can share, or is it like the
No,
center?
that's a funny question. No, because I originally come from the south, so where
Uh
I am
huh.
now, I would consider it the north, but I think they consider it the west.
Hmm.
So technically in the west of Germany.
Okay. That seems cool.
Yeah.
So on stream, you were talking about like your life, and
Hmm.
I think it's really good if you just like kind of went over it again, like since when you were a kid, like just
Right.
because right, we know that you lived in Senegal, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
Senegal, that's the right country?
Yeah,
West
Senegal,
Africa,
yeah.
yes. Okay. So I think that just basically tells the story again. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was born in Germany, right?
Mhm.
And then so I was born 2002, and then 2005, my entire family and me obviously, we moved to Senegal
Mhm.
and then stayed there for 12 years, like at this international school.
Hey, can I just
Um,
ask a question?
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know why is that? May I ask, or is this like
So why? My parents, they worked at that school, so that's why we moved over.
Mhm.
It's a bit hard to explain, but it's a you call it an MK school for missionary kids. So other people
Okay.
working in the area, so Senegal or other countries around, they just send their kids over, and that's where my parents worked.
So so you lived in Germany for the first 3 years and for like
Yeah.
basically your recent 3 years or
Well,
2 years.
kind of. I mean, as apparently, I don't remember any of this,
Mhm.
obviously, but we were apparently already in before we went to Senegal. We were in England, the Netherlands, and France because my parents had to go to like these training seminars.
Okay.
But yeah, generally as in Germany.
So when you were in Senegal,
Hmm.
how did you even like enjoy like the life in Senegal? Like, could you tell us more about your life in Senegal, basically?
Dude, absolutely. It's very different, but it was a lot of fun. So, kind of how the life there, I guess, worked was there were dorms. So it was a
Mhm.
boarding school. Um, I think it's like what 80 students in total, so not very many. And so everyone knew everyone, and you'd pretty much. It's a bit hard to explain, but really all you do there is just go to school, then meet up with friends because it's like on one compound, and then you just do stuff like all day.
Like hang
So
out, yeah. You said something
Yeah.
about going to the beach, because like
Right.
you live
Yeah.
not too far away from like a beach or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what I
Yeah.
heard.
So the school was like 10 minutes away from the beach.
That's good.
Um. Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So every time new people would come to the school, they'd usually go to the beach like way too often, just because that was new for them. But once you've lived there for what, over a year or so, it's weird how normal it becomes being close to a beach. Like I haven't missed it until I haven't. Well, I can't obviously.
Yeah.
I haven't missed it until I haven't had it. So here in Germany, I'm like, wow, you actually can't go to the beach,
Yeah.
or at least not quickly.
I think it's just like things in general. Like you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So I'm guess. So we're like the school itself, like the lessons and stuff like that. Were they
Mm-hmm.
like really strict or like? Because I don't want to like assume negative things,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had to assume
Right.
the technology in a country like Senegal, I'm not sure if it's a. I don't think it's a first world. It's like a third world or probably a
Yeah,
second world country.
yeah,
I don't imagine the technology like in let's say around a decade ago being great. So like how were like the
yeah.
if you can if you remember how like were the lessons or like were they also like strict and like just in general like what
Um,
was the vibe with them?
yeah. So I think it also, like always, it depends on the teacher,
Mhm.
like strict wise. But there were a lot of cool teachers there, so it wasn't necessarily like inherently strict. And technology, it's kind of dumb to say, but I mean the ICT room, so like what, the computer room there,
Mhm.
was better than the ICT room I have in the German school where I go now. So I mean they did something right. No, they definitely had pretty decent, at least, technology for like a school system.
Mhm.
So
That sounds
I don't
good.
know, but I mean we had laptops,
Oh.
um, and we never had a smart board. I think
Mhm.
probably a lot of schools now have those, so we always just use blackboards. But yeah, I mean, it was a small school as well. So what, 80 students? You don't have to have that much stuff,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, because like they don't need to dedicate as much resources, and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
it's not a regular school, you know.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
so I'm actually surprised by that. Although like quickly going off topic, um, I think it's not similar, but like what you said kind of related to me a bit because I'm Polish, so in Poland,
Hmm.
yeah, we also had like blackboards, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure when they had smartboards. I think it was like in like the first world countries at least, like the US, the
Mm-hmm.
UK, France, Germany. In
Right.
those like China, Japan, and them lot, they were like introduced in something like 2010 onwards, I think. So like
Yeah,
when you were
yeah.
smaller, I think I'm not sure when it is. So like I can talk out of my ass right now, but that's that's
That's
that's what I remember then because I came to
right,
the
right.
UK at a younger age. So I think when you were there, they were like more of a new thing. So obviously like it
Yeah,
trickles down from like the first world countries to the second world countries to the third world countries. It just like flows
yeah,
down,
yeah.
I think. So I think
No, definitely.
maybe like if you went there today, they could probably have a smart birds. I think. I don't
Maybe.
like. I
Yeah.
think that in Poland they have smart birds. So like, and they're apparently a first world country now, but like they're a second world country.
I mean, I don't know. So I think they might. I know that they wanted to update definitely to whiteboards in every classroom, and they wanted to update their computer system. I think the year after we left.
Oh yeah, okay,
But yeah.
yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
So so obviously you said that you moved to Germany then.
Mm, yeah.
Um, what was like the whole process of like moving to Germany, like especially I think it's better if you start off like with receiving the information, like your parents told you like, hey Tom, we're
Oh,
moving to Germany.
yeah. I mean, uh, it wasn't quite like that, obviously. No, but it was so like quickly. I have two brothers, one younger one, one older one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the school there is a British school, so my dad always says a sister school of Cambridge. I don't know what that means, but it's connected with Cambridge, and
Which I
it
assume,
goes until sorry,
which I assume is just another school because
right?
there's
Yeah,
like a lot of schools in the UK because I live in the
yeah,
UK
yeah,
now,
yeah.
named like
You're right. It
they're like after
yeah,
kings and stuff like that. So there's a lot of like lords, kings, queens. There's like a lot of like things named after like royalty, I think.
yeah.
So I just assume it's like another school, not like a whole system, I think. But yeah.
Right. So yeah, so Cambridge and Oxford, I think, like are the bigger schools in England.
Woo!
But I mean, so what happened then is that the school only goes till year 11. That's
Mm-hmm.
IGCSE or GCSE in England.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my older brother, obviously, he was like the furthest along out of us, and
Yep.
it was kind of clear for all of us that as soon as he's done, we would probably have to go back to Germany so that he could get his A levels and then like study or whatever. So it's kind of obvious that we'd have to go after he's done. But my, my parents did kind of come and say like, he's almost done. It's gonna be like his last year now, and you guys all know what that means. We had a kind of short discussion of whether he should go to a different school in the capital
Ooh.
of Senegal. This was an American school because that would mean that we could stay
Two
at this
years.
school.
2 years longer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But we didn't do that because it would literally just be 2 years of a waste for my older brother because like the school system there, like the American school system isn't really recognized by the German one. So we
Oh.
didn't we ended up not doing that to not waste his time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of knew that we were gonna go.
So basically, what you're saying, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and also, I think for the American schools, after you're done with
Mm-hmm.
American school and after your GCSEs in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
they're they're still like um secondary education. So although like
Yeah.
the American school finishes at 18, they have like
Mm-hmm.
the same kind of the same things as a 16-year-old in the UK when they finish their GCSEs.
Yeah.
So not only it's a waste because they don't recognize it, even if he went to the US, like he could have done like yeah he could have done like A levels in by that time,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah, so
he
yeah,
didn't
we
waste
didn't
them.
really
Yeah,
see the point in that.
yeah. So you don't want to sacrifice like your brother's education just for your own
Yeah.
personal things, unless you
Well,
hate
I
your
mean,
brother.
he doesn't. I might. No, no, we didn't
Oh
want to
god.
do that.
So how how did you move to Germany and like what how did you feel living Senegal for like the first time? I was not the first time, but like it you called this your home country for like
Mm,
you said 12 years, I think, 12, 13
yeah, 12
years.
years, yeah.
So like how did you feel about that? Like when you found out the fact that 100% you're moving to Germany in like or like to other country um in like next year.
Mm,
So like did you try to like have the best time of your life? Did you try to
right.
basically make
Um,
the most of it?
like, yeah. So I think I am not very much of a person that can. I mean, I could theoretically think in advance, but I try not to because I usually then end up thinking like that things will end up negatively. So when I heard or when I knew that we were gonna go to Germany, I was kind of like, it'll be in like a year. It's fine. So,
Oh god.
so I realized, like in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have been like that. But I ended up just kind of living my life normally. I didn't really do much special. Um,
Hmm?
but I like what I've heard is some people tend to then like kind of go away from everyone and try to cut themselves off before they even leave. And I definitely didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually a good practice because like
No, no, it's
the
not.
thing is that even if we even talk about the adult world where like you're leaving a
Yeah.
workplace, like yeah, you put in your resignation, you have like I would say 2 weeks, 2 or 4 weeks, depending on what type of job it is you're doing.
Mm.
So you know that you're going in like 2 to 4 weeks, but like you're not cutting everyone off because like you want to keep those connections because someone that you
Yeah.
know there may know someone else that may be able to help you in the future. Like you want to have as many
Mm.
connections as possible.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I had some like maybe even some of my best times. I don't know if I can. I don't. Maybe not. But like some really great times with friends, and still in the last year. So, I mean, it would have been kind of different if I would have just cut myself off then.
yeah, I think that I think that you just try to have a good time basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Savor it while it lasts.
yeah, there's like a quote which goes like, "Don't cry because it's gone, smile because it happened," or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Which is like a
Yeah.
good quote. So yeah, I think you just didn't really care about it. Which I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't really blame you. You were like, yeah, you were like a teenager,
How
so
old was
like
I? Yeah,
15,
15,
16,
16,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
I'm just doing the math in my
Yeah.
head, but
Yeah,
yeah.
15. It would have been
If
15, I think.
so, like, I don't blame you too much, but yeah. Also, like, I think that if you were too stressed about it, it would probably like try to consume you. Basically, like you would get
Mm.
like really anxious about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So that's I think it's kind of what I did as well because like I
Right.
so like my grandma was too anxious about when I was leaving because I
Mm.
I lived with I lived in a small house with my mother, my father, my grandma, and my granddad. But uh,
Right, alright.
I should have. So at this, I went to the UK at the start of the summer, but I supposed to go there like at the very end of the summer. But the thing is that my granddad died, so like my parents took took a plane 2 months early or something like that,
Mm.
and they just. So the thing is that I know that I was preparing for that. I actually didn't know because like I meant to be told that summer, basically. But the thing is that they went 2 months early, so the summer just started, and
Oh
my parents
no.
are like, "Hey, you're going to a brand new country."
2 months early, let's go.
Yeah, so they meant to inform me like 2 months in advance, but because of my granddad's death, they came two
Mm.
months early. So like it was a surprise. My grandma knew, so like my grandma told me that, and I like how the, I knew something was always wrong because I had like a private English teacher basically
Mm-hmm.
for
That's
like my
pretty cool.
last year in my school in Poland.
Right.
But the thing is that like the most complex sentence that I managed to learn is like I ride my bicycle and pronouncing it like really bad like I I ride me bicycle or something terrible like that. So
Oh no.
like it really didn't help like I think I don't think it actually helped so it's like really bad because like it's just a ton of money wasted on like private lessons. But the thing is I was a kid so I couldn't process that. I was like so there's this like random person that comes like every week or like every other week to my house
Mm-hmm.
and it's like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
well they just want to speak English to me and I'm like I don't know. I just want to
I can't, please.
play with my Hot Wheels or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the thing is that I didn't have time. But it was a bit younger, so I was like 7 or 8.
Right, right.
So I obviously like, oh, it's a new country, cool. But then I was like,
Mm.
wait, they speak a different language. That's a
Oh,
problem.
what? I need to learn a new language? No, but you do have English in school, right?
uh, it was cool, like in Poland.
Yeah, and like you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
have
we
it
had
there.
English classes,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were like
Okay.
so. The thing is that it was like the first year of school, Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we just started English, and literally, I'm not sure if we even formed sentences. We were just sort of like, yes, lamp,
Bro.
lamp
A
is
B C
brown.
D.
That's literally what we did. I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna help me much. That didn't help me much, because like, if I'm just going to like a store and like trying to buy something, and you're like, money, or like, lamp, please,
Lamp,
brown
please.
lamp, please.
Me, money here.
Me money, just throws it at them like your money.
Just like a random amount of money. Give you the lamp.
Yes. That's
Alright,
brilliant.
that's great. Oh,
So
wait, so when
yeah, go on.
so you left for England at like a young age, right?
Yeah, like 7 years old, 7.5.
Right. So you huh. That means you're also bilingual then.
Yeah, I, you can still tell it by my accent, but at the same time, like
Right.
if you just had a
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
when you stream on Twitch, I talk to you in English. I talk to you
Yeah.
in English all the time,
Yeah, yeah.
and when I think, I do think in English now. So that's the thing,
Hmm.
because when you have the language barrier, the interesting
Mhm.
thing is that it's like a program basically. It's like
Mhm.
you run a program, because let's say that you're running a program and you're writing code, and the computer needs to translate the code. So it's like you're thinking, what do I want to say? You're thinking in Polish, and then you're trying to form a sentence whilst thinking.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's why that's why people who are not native to the language take a long time to not only process but also to like they take a long time to talk, because
Yeah, yeah,
they're like,
absolutely.
hey Tom, how are you? I heard that you like pineapples.
And
So
like
yeah,
triple check no wait, pines and apples.
wait, what's a pine?
Wait, is that a bush? No, yeah, absolutely.
Lamp.
Just when in doubt, just go back to lamp brown, please.
The thing is, oh god, or
Yeah,
like, no.
yeah,
When I heard washing machine for the first time, I was like, what the hell is this like wizardry? Because like in Poland, like Polish words are like weirdly, they're like some like really basic and some are like super complex.
right, all
But the
right.
thing is that to be like just the order of words like in the word like washing machine
Mm-hmm.
was like I never heard that combination before. So I was like, what the hell are you casting at me, big golly witch? I was like, are you trying to curse me like with some voodoo shit? Like, no, please no.
Wait.
I'm sorry. So
Oh.
I was like, lamp, no.
Wait, so like in Polish they don't have any long words or
No, they do.
what's
But the thing is
okay.
that the combination of like, I mean, we do have something like an SH, which is like a Z,
Mm.
an S and a Z. That's basically the same thing when you
Oh,
talk.
okay, okay. Oh.
Um, but like we just say machine, like try to spell out machine. That combination of words was like, well, that's like big brain, like whoa. So that's like that was just like really weird. But it like you could tell by like Polish surnames, like
Mm.
it's like 15-letter word, and it's like it's like something stupid like that. Kołodziejski, Chojnicki,
Yeah, yeah.
Kowalski. Yeah. So anyway, when you
Bit off topic.
yeah, just a bit. I mean, I mean, Poland is actually close to Germany, and now we're thinking about
Yeah, yeah.
Germany. So you know,
True.
how did
Best
you find
segue.
Germany? Like your first impressions of Germany? I mean, they're like
Cold.
they're your second impressions, I think.
Oh,
But
oh,
like
my second
they're your
impressions.
first like actual
My first
impressions.
5 impressions. Or what?
Well, yeah, no, because like when you were like 3, you were in Germany. but like you
Oh
didn't even
yeah,
have conscience basically. You're
yeah,
like
right.
goo goo
It's like my
gaga.
first impressions the second time I was there,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So like
Yeah,
your first proper experience of Germany.
yeah,
Voice
yeah,
crack.
yeah.
Beautiful.
So actually, we were for a year in Germany. What was that? 2009? Because we had to, because every 4 years we had to be a year in Germany, but we kind of really did not do that. We just went for the summer holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But then 1 year we were in Germany, so I was already a year in Germany before that. It was a very bad experience, year two.
Oh
Um,
god.
that's why I wasn't really looking forward to Germany.
Oh
No, but the
yeah.
first,
That's up.
the
Yeah.
first time was so when we came back, it was very weird. Obviously, like leaving all of the 12 years behind.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. But
Obviously.
we stayed the first months in our hometown rather than where we live now, which was nice. So I kind of knew places, and then we kind of ended up visiting a lot of people, and so it
That's
was
cool.
like it was a bit overwhelming.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, yeah, like moving to a country isn't overwhelming at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely not when like the cultures are that different. What? No. So it was, yeah, it was very different. It was really different enough having windows in cars that you don't have to like roll open. Like, that was
Wait,
one of the first things I remember.
wait, Windows.
Yeah,
What?
like in the cars, where you have to like spin the thing to make it go
Oh,
like down.
what about what? Yeah, like so you mean car windows or like
Yeah,
windows
yeah, yeah.
and car windows?
No, 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 just car windows.
Oh, not gonna lie, that actually used to be like one of my favorite things because like when I was bored, I would just like always go like, oh yes, I'm just like pulling the window down, and it's like a workout
Yeah,
also. And like
yeah.
when going on like a long car trip, which is like 1 or 2 hours long, I was just bored to hell, so I was just like opening and closing the window with my thing.
Definitely didn't ignore the parents. What? No.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was weird. But I mean, it's just like the small things as well. But it was generally just a lot greener. There were mountains where we stayed then
Hmm.
in our hometown, which never had in Senegal. People spoke German. That was
Oh,
weird.
oh,
Yeah,
they speak
like
another
I was
language.
told. Yeah, I was told once that in Germany they speak German. It was weird. No, but it's exactly like what you said, where you. So the way it worked for me was I still thought in English,
Hmm. Yeah.
and so every time someone would speak in German, I would understand them in German, like fine. But then as soon as I'd want to say something, I'd be thinking in English, like my sentence, and then I'd have to like manually translate that sentence into German,
Yeah.
and then
Like
it'd be like, yes, thank you, hi.
lamp.
Like it was just like really weird. And I had to tell people, yeah, I'm actually German, by the way. Like this is my mother tongue, theoretically.
um. So yeah, I think that just happens. I think that's a natural process for everybody.
Mm,
So wait,
absolutely, yeah.
do you now like think in German or like are you like in the gray zone?
Mm,
Like, ca
I think
yeah,
sometimes,
sometimes.
like if I'm around German friends, probably. But normally, like still in the family, we'd usually talk English. At least like between us brothers.
Wait, so what language? So do you took English in Senegal, or like,
Yeah.
or is it the whole country, or was it just like your like campus
Oh
specifically?
no, so the official language of Senegal is French
French, yeah,
because
that's
it
like
was a French colony.
yeah.
But I mean, in Senegal itself, there are like what 40, I think, different languages. Like actually different languages, which is a bit nuts.
Excluding the
But then,
dialects.
yeah, excluding dialects. So
Oh God.
yeah, so you'd be happy to know like one of them. No, but the school where we were, so it was like a campus, and then it's kind of like a small bubble, kind of. So
Hmm.
in that place, we'd speak English. You'd have to speak English if there were like
Teachers.
other people around that
Oh.
didn't speak your mother tongue. So
Mhm.
theoretically, if I was in a room with my brother, I mean, they can't check if I'm speaking English, first of all, but I could speak German. So
Mhm.
the whole life there was in English.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so you're better at English than
Mm.
German.
Yeah,
And
I'd say so.
is that your primary language then?
Uh, I mean,
So like
define primary language.
how many languages do you speak?
Uh, I'd like to think that I can also speak French, but not
Oh.
really, if we're honest.
Je ne
So I
parle
can
le
speak,
français. No, no, no.
yeah,
Oh no, no.
I can say that too. No, so I can speak German and English, um,
And you can
fluently.
mumble fluently. And you can
Yeah,
mumble in French basically.
yeah, pretty much. Like I could say like a few stuff. I can probably form some sentence that French people would understand, but it's not real French.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's about it.
Yeah. Like the most complex thing in French I could say is something like Je voudrais le poisson, s'il vous plaît. I would like a fish. Or something like that.
Yeah.
That's like the most
Yes.
complex thing. Lamb.
Yeah, because like even though it was a French speaking country, I mean
Mhm.
the only French I know is school French. Like
Yeah.
we wouldn't it's not that I would go out and speak French to everyone all the time.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
thing is that
that'd
like
be weird.
yeah, in schools like you don't learn the full language even if you like
Mm,
get like the best grades because I think you have to spend time in that country just because
yeah,
you need to know. I would say stuff like slang as well because like for example,
definitely. Yeah.
uh, I think yeah, my friend who's Dutch, um, he did teach me a bit of Dutch, but like I can't recall much because it was like a tiny bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the very basics. But like when I tried to put those together, it wouldn't make sense uh, because of like how they talk as well. Like you
Yeah,
actually have to
yeah,
be there to actually
yeah.
basically master the language.
No, definitely. Um yeah, I still have that with like here English. Like learning English in school here is just so weird because like I know I'd say probably mostly all of what they learn here just
Hmm.
because I lived like speaking English all my life.
Oh,
And then
go
but the funny thing is pretty much everyone here knows like grammar or at least the terms of all the grammar stuff way better than I do. So if the teacher would like this actually happened in the first year here, the teacher got really pissed that I was probably better at English than her. And so like she always tried to call me out and try to get me to make mistakes. And the teacher one time we were doing some grammar stuff
on. Hmm.
and she's like, "Yeah, Tom, can you please turn this verb like into the gerund form or whatever?" I'm like, "What the heck is that? Like that is not English." And she's like, "Yeah, please, can you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know what that is." And then she quickly explained. I'm like, "Well, it's just that. Like I just said the thing how you do it just because I knew it out of instinct, not because I knew the word." So people here usually know grammar a lot better, like officially how it is, than people that just live there.
Yeah, because that's like it's not the easiest thing to learn,
Hmm.
but like you do a lot more like written work in that
Yeah,
language that you're learning,
yeah.
and obviously like it's a big thing because like grammar is like a big part of like the whole
Hmm.
writing and stuff like that. So for example, in French, like we literally got like you know like the things on top of e's. I forgot what they're
Yeah,
called, but yeah,
the
yeah,
accents.
the
Yeah,
accents like there's
yeah,
like one up, there's like one down. I mean, in Germany it's like probably even worse because like you have like the s like it looks like a b but it's pronounced s
yeah,
like
yeah. The
vice.
I actually don't know what it's called in English. And it has
Yeah,
like three different names in Germany.
yeah. Um,
Um,
but yeah, stuff.
also like the two dots above
Yeah,
the
the
O,
I.
A, or U.
Yeah, wait, what about the I? No. Ayo, yeah,
No,
ayo,
they don't.
yeah.
They don't have that. We
Yeah.
don't have accents or above the I.
Oh
We just
wait,
have it A O U.
because the O is pronounced like e. Because like for example, a
That's the
footballer.
A. Yeah.
Because because like the footballer, people would say Godze, but it's actually Getze, I think. Like the footballer surname, Mario
Yeah.
Getze,
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's.
Good
I was like,
to.
what is this? Like, it's Godze, not Getze. Got and get. What? Big brain mind blown. Lamp. I'm, I'm pressing down the button, the panic button. Lamp.
I don't know what this means. Just pronounce it lamp.
Oh god. So
Uh,
yeah, stuff like the like accents like when we dealt with that in my like French class, like it was like
mm.
so the actual teacher was French. So like we had two French,
Oh.
so we had like a whole French department,
Alright.
and
Yeah.
out of the four teachers, two of them were French, one of them was English. No, no. Yeah, two
Yeah.
of them were French, one of them was English, and one of them was Belgian. And Belgians speak they so she was from East Germany, East
Right.
Germany, East Belgium, so
Yeah.
they would speak French. So kind of
Yeah.
three native French-speaking people and then like one English person. So
Oof.
like they knew exactly
Yeah.
what to do. They know exactly how to trap us.
Dude, like I feel like that's worse if the teacher is like a native speaker, because then they usually don't understand what non-native speakers go through to learn that language. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so easy. What are you doing?
Do you know? Oh yeah. Um. So. Oh god. Not only that, but I think they expect you to do more. But like,
Yeah.
I think it's like I feel like just kids don't borrow they're dumb because there's like a
Yeah.
basic question which is like I think it translated to like what do you find like in the middle of the town I can find something and they were like
Yeah.
shop a skateboard. I was like lamp, you know. They're like some dumb answer was like yeah what do you find in the middle of a town? I don't know a statue. And she was like we finally someone said it. It's like it's like because like, I'm not sure if it's just logic, but like just because she did speak German. She doesn't really speak German, but
Right.
she did like basically the same thing but in German, and she still got like 7 out of 10 things correct. If that
Alright.
makes sense. Just
Alright,
because she
yeah.
used logic. So like, I think
Yeah.
it's bad, but at the same time, if you use logic, because the thing
Yeah,
is,
definitely.
languages
It's a lot
are
easier.
constructed logically. Like,
Mm.
oh yeah, also, those teachers spoke in French most of the time. So like, instead of like, "Hi class, we're doing this," she was like, "Bonjour, you know, we're today's plan is this," but like it's all in French. Like,
Yeah. And then everyone's like, bonjour,
yeah.
hi, what are we
So
doing?
so for example, like when you had to ask, like when you wanted to leave class, when you wanted to go to the toilet, uh, you know, you had to ask in French as well. So it's, for example,
Oh
like
no.
we had blazers as well. So it would, and it's like a room where like it gets the most hot. So like
Mm.
usually people would take off their blazers, but you have to ask in French if you can take off your blazer.
I wouldn't even know what the word for that is.
It's like I think it's just something on the Wehrmacht. But like
What?
it may be je voudrais, but that'll translate
Yeah,
not
yeah, that's probably
like
right.
I would
That's
like
I.
to take.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would like to take out my thing. It's
Mm.
structured differently, obviously, because it doesn't
Mm.
directly translate.
Yeah.
Like with languages, yeah. Like if you say a joke in English, it doesn't translate as well to German or like to Polish or
Dude,
like to French.
absolute like.
That's the
Oh, that
thing.
was horrible.
That's like the worst thing, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, so often. So like when I got back, and then we ended up going. I mean, when we came here to where we live now, I tried to, connect with a few people here, try to
Hmm.
find friends and everything. But the thing was, as soon as you'd be like in a group, and people would, I don't know, say something where you could say something funny to this.
Hmm.
Literally, all that went through my head was, this is what it would be in English, and then it would take me like 30 seconds to find out what that would be in German, and
Yeah,
make it somehow make sense, but not too formal to make it kind of cool. And then by the time I'm like, this
the
is what I
joke's
want to
over.
say, they're already on like the third topic or something.
Yeah,
Like it's horrible.
it's like the 6 second attention span rule.
Yeah.
I think yeah,
Like here's like
that's
zero.
because that's what's used on TikTok basically. So or like some YouTube
Yeah.
videos. So for example, Logan Paul, there's like a new scene or like a significant development of an existing scene every 6 seconds. It's like the six
Mm.
second rule. Because like kids
Yeah.
nowadays, like they don't have an attention span. So like every
Yeah.
six
Yeah.
seconds you need to do something to
Yeah.
like make them stay. That's why excusing an interview said a ton of like crap or whatever. But the one thing he
Yeah.
said, which like you could take away, is that every 30 seconds he needs to do something, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
he's playing Overwatch, like he can just go like Bleh! You know,
Okay.
it's like Bleh! Ree! Oh my
Sorry.
god, your mom.
Yeah.
You know,
Just random stuff. Lamp.
yeah. But that's what XQC does, for example.
Yeah.
That's what he's known for. And the thing is that it's a bit easier for him because he's like Canadian, so like his primary language is French, which
Mm.
means that like he may he's just gonna sound a bit different. That's the thing.
Mm.
So that's just that's just better for him because like he can do something way different and well it's like it's easier for him to do something different like to do something different
Mm.
in that time because he can just say
Yeah.
something stupid and with his accent it sounds even more stupid and it's like something really funny.
Yeah.
It's like oh Cheeto. It's like that quote, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just like that's just brilliant.
No, but also like here their humor is just very different to what I was used to. So in Senegal,
Oh,
I was kind of known for being very sarcastic. Um,
oh.
and so like most people understood sarcasm.
Mhm.
And then when I got here, first of all, the whole problem with like telling jokes in general, it'd take
Yeah.
too long. But then when I could say something quick enough, it'd usually be something sarcastic, and everyone here
Yeah.
would be like, "Whoa, yeah, that's not okay." Like they took it super serious. I'm like, dude, it's just a joke. Like, chill, please.
So
So
yeah, I think that's so the difference in the UK is that yeah, they use in the UK they are
yeah,
more sarcastic and also they like their dark humor a bit more.
yeah. I love that.
Yeah, you're just tailor made for the UK. Just go.
Yeah,
Like
I know,
you're as well like German. You can say some cool German things. Like they you know they would probably like you.
right?
you'd be you'd be like the cool kid. You'd be the
Yeah.
Mister
First time.
Mister Steal Your Girl. Oh god.
Bro.
So could you talk a bit about your first year in German? Like first
Mm,
like year and like how you because you obviously described what you did, but like how did you adapt to it and like did you
yeah,
and how did you try going around embracing the culture and like everything that Germany
yeah.
has?
I didn't.
Good
Short
answer.
version, I didn't. No, so yeah, like I said, one of the choices for us were that we would stay 1 year in our hometown and then go to school there for the first year, or we would stay there for
Hmm.
like a month or two and then move to where we are now, and then because like my parents work where we are now,
Hmm. Like a summer
and then
vacation versus
yeah,
yeah, like 1 year on.
and so we decided before we like move school in Germany, so once in the
Hmm.
south and then once here, we just go there for like 1 or 2 months and then come over here. So that was different. As soon as we came here, that's when I started noticing like, okay, like we're actually in Germany now. This is like actually for real. And I probably handled it very poorly. I mean,
How so?
first first half year in school, all I remember is like it was just I'd sit in the classroom, pretty much shut up the entire time, just listen to the teacher. If the teacher would call on me, I mean, I'd probably answer. I actually can't remember this, but I could also imagine I didn't answer sometimes. And then for the break, I would just sit there, and then kind of like in the movies, where one person is moving like normal in time, and everyone else like moving really fast around them, and it's like all black and white kind of. That's how it felt like in my head, how that went down. So I just sit in the middle of nowhere during the breaks, eating my bread, and
Eating
everyone
my
else around
bread.
me would be, yeah. No, so that was like I was really bad at making friends. But luckily,
Hmm.
one of in one of the classes, I just sat random, like in a random spot,
Hmm.
because usually you're allowed to pick where you sit at the beginning of the year. So I just picked a random spot that was free, and one person, he came in late, so he had to like pick the last seat, and it was next to me. And then I don't know. Long story short, we became really good friends just because of that, pretty much. So that was really cool. But apart from that, I mean, apart from school, I didn't really do much with other people. I kind of just stayed inside or would do sports right outside the house. Um, yeah, it's pretty weird most of the time. I
So,
watched a lot of
yeah.
Netflix.
Oh yeah. So is this where like so I know that you said before, like when you were streaming,
Mm,
that you didn't really play much video games, or you like weren't exposed to them until like more recently. So is this like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you started to discover video games?
Mm. Um, So yeah, in Senegal, the only video games we'd play were Plants vs Zombies. Like we had that.
Like
Age of Empires
oh.
was huge. Um, just because that was like a LAN game that you could play offline.
Mhm.
But apart from that, I mean, just like PS2 games, maybe Ratchet and Clank.
Ooh.
And then like a few very like older Xbox games. That was kind of it. So most of the games I'd only heard about, and then when we came here, actually not much changed because we did not have a computer. So we
Until
had a
when?
really old PC and
Like
my really
2000,
old laptop. Sorry?
like a 2001 PC.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it had the the screen wasn't like a tube thing. So it was better than that, but it was
Okay,
really bad.
2006 then.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I mean we wanted to play Fortnite, I guess, because that was like
Okay.
the new biggest game. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the game I'm gonna use to get back into the gaming world. But we
Uh-huh.
couldn't. The computer wasn't good enough.
Okay.
So I think we just ended up playing. I actually really don't know. Probably just some offline games.
So,
Probably like I don't even know
okay.
anymore. Yeah.
So you always knew of video games,
Yeah.
basically. Since you were
Mm.
younger, you were interested in that because I assume you actually played them, since you could
Yeah.
name a few titles.
Yeah.
And just because of like that, you were playing LAN games obviously because internet and stuff probably back in the day,
Yeah.
back in those times, at that place wasn't the best.
No.
So I could
Definitely
imagine
wasn't.
probably you like screwing with someone else on Worms. That's what I did during my time. You know Worms,
Mm.
yeah, the game, like the strategy
Yeah.
turn by
Yeah.
turn. Like, yeah. So when I was so my dad built a computer in 2001,
Ooh. Yeah.
and that's the computer I
Yeah.
got to use since I was 6. So
Oh
like
wow.
sometimes when I had my friends over, or like yeah, we would just like, for example, when it was a birthday party, there were like 8 people, and we just had
Mm.
had like a big tournament, like 8 people tournament with like knockout type of style, and say who
Yeah. Yeah.
wins. So
Dude.
I could somewhat relate to that. I think there's
Hmm.
like all of those like it's like there's like 8 people in the same room, like you're watching each other, like you're watching the
Yeah.
person
Exactly.
take the turn, when you like them,
Yeah.
you also get suggesting something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's awesome. So
Dude, yeah. It was amazing.
how did you? get a better computer then? That's something small and interesting.
Um, I bought it. No.
You bought
Uh,
it. Go ahead.
so I mean, yeah, like I said, we didn't really have a computer, and I was always kind of interested in like making one, like building one. But I
Hmm.
always so originally I thought that meant actually buying the metal and the copper wires and everything.
Oh God.
And I was like, there is no way people build their own computer. Like that is absolutely stupid. Then after like 2 minutes of googling, I found out, oh no, they just buy
The
pieces.
parts. Yes.
Yeah.
The actual parts are
So
manufactured from those copper
yeah,
things, but are manufactured by other
I'd be
companies.
worried if it wasn't that way. No, and so yeah, I had my old laptop, and it was really slow, and I thought, nah, maybe for my birthday I'll get a PC,
Hmm.
or like I'll just maybe get a few parts, and I can buy a few parts myself. And so then I got in touch with one of my friends who was also in the school in Senegal.
Okay.
Like I know him from there,
Oh,
but he like left earlier, so he's a bit older.
yeah. But you see, that's why. So previously, what I talked about is keeping the
Mm.
connections.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it comes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So I still have a lot of friends that I know from Senegal that are now like all
Yeah.
over the world.
You mentioned like an
Um,
Australian friend, I think.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
yeah, exactly. So I have. I mean, poor like my best friend is Australian. He was in Australia. He
Hmm.
is now back in Senegal working the school. I have what I
Oh.
said, a friend in South Korea, a bunch of friends in America, like all over America. Then in England, quite a few.
Hmm.
Some people from England in America, even a Norwegian in America, and like a few
Hmm.
people from the Netherlands. So it's pretty international, yeah.
Yeah. So
No, so yeah, sorry.
I think it's actually really cool to have friends from like other countries, just
Definitely,
because
yeah.
like you you experience their like their culture, like you experience their culture
Mm.
as
Mhm.
well. So for example,
Mhm.
like um, if you invite your friend over, like I mean you didn't really have the chance to, but like if they
Yeah.
like if it was like their parents or whatever that
Mhm.
teach them how to do things, like for example, I'm just gonna assume this, okay?
Right,
If
right.
I'm wrong, but like in Korea, they're
That's fine.
usually slightly more strict. They're one of the
Yeah.
stricter countries, I would imagine. Uh,
Yeah.
so um, like that Korean friend, for example, could have been more strict and
Mm.
more disciplined, and like you were like,
Mm.
so like I'm not sure if, like how much the time they spend with their parents, but like it could have been a reasonable time, and definitely
Yeah.
it like funneled over to them, not
Yeah.
well, but
Yeah.
it did still like funnel them and impact them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could actually experience other cultures by your
Yeah, definitely.
friends, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so like generally in the school, because it was so international, like I got used to a lot of cultures and just how they do things, like how they function. So it was really interesting. And still now, yeah, it's it's still kind of funny when I'm in a call with like an American and a British person and a Dutch person and then me, and we're all like talk. It's kind of funny sometimes what kind of stuff we talk about or
Yeah.
how we talk about certain things, but it's definitely really interesting. No, but what was I was saying something earlier about
Can
the
I
oh
just say
yeah,
something?
true, the
Oh yeah.
computer thing, right?
Yeah, I'll just say something really quickly.
Right, yeah.
The only problem was that if you were, for example, to play a game together, like the time zones, the time
Dude,
zones, they destroy
why?
you.
Why
Why
are
does this witchcraft exist? Like,
I know. Dude, time zones suck, especially America and
yeah,
Germany. They're like
yeah. So
6 hours apart. It is horrible.
it's only five. No, it depends because it's
Yeah,
six to
it
nine
depends on
hours.
the
Yeah.
time of the year. That's true.
No, not time of the year. So East Coast is 6 hours. The middle
Yeah,
is around
time of the year
seven,
and what side?
seven, and like the West Coast is 9 hours. For me, it's eight because
D-
like I live
Yeah,
more of the west side of Europe, so it's like
true.
5 to 8 hours for me. So for example, uh, do you know Adam, Silver Cyclops?
Yeah.
So he leaves leave He lives
He
in
leaves.
the west side of the US. So like the
Yeah.
time zones are horrible because for me it's 8 hours, for you it's 9 hours difference.
Mm-hmm.
But like I
Dude,
have a
it's
lot of
so
friends.
annoying.
I just have a lot of friends who live in the US. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
like two or three groups of friends probably. It's like groups of friends, so it's like like three or more friends basically.
Yeah.
Those types of
Yeah.
groups that like live in the US. I know that one of them, like two of them, are from the East Coast, and then there's like one that are in the center, and then like there's Silver Cyclops. There's
Yeah.
like, it's like 5 hours, 5 hours, 6 hour difference, and then 8 hour difference. So it's like it's not ideal, and they're like usually
It's
who I want to
horrible.
game with. So like for example, one of my friends comes back from their work at like, because they're a bit older. Um, they come back from
Mm-hmm.
their work at like 6 p.m. when they get
Yeah. Yeah.
everything done because it's basic. It's like three of them, and they
Yeah.
they share a business basically, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But basically, they're like the three like owners of business, which was like passed down from like one of their fathers basically, who like
Mm-hmm.
who like basically started it, and then like they just kind of are carrying on with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're obviously really busy. So like even when they're like so it so sometimes like when it's like 7 p.m. they may get a call to do something. So like the only time that they can start streaming is like 8 p.m., which is literally
Oh.
1 a.m. for me.
Yeah. No.
It's like
No.
terrible. So I can't catch their streams, but I sometimes do watch the VODs.
I mean, on the flip side, it's kind of funny because any time that I'm on, there will most likely be someone on in like some other country, just because I know people from like all these other countries, which is
Oh,
that's kind of cool.
diversity.
Yeah. So like in the mornings you play with the German people, then in the afternoon you play with
No, in the mornings you play with Australians.
yeah, true. Morning Australian,
Cause
then
like
probably like
European,
German, and
yeah,
then
you're
American.
you're both from Europe, so like our mornings is like Australia's peak
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
Our peak times are European peak times, obviously, and like our like late nights are like US peak times.
yeah,
So I just don't have this person from like from like the Asian and Oceania regions.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like
You just need one of those.
yeah,
You just
I,
need
I,
someone from there, and then
I'm
you're all time zones covered.
by the way, I'm looking for an Australian friend. So like if someone wants to apply for this role, I'll happily consider every single one of you.
My
So
information's on the
hold on,
page
what did
right
I
now.
do?
Please
Okay,
contact me.
please apply now. I pay in friendship and gratitude. Okay, so I think that we've covered your life pretty
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Um, sorry. The only thing I want to hear about is like stuff like with your like how did you come to like how how did you find out about like not YouTube but Twitch, let's say, and like why did you want to stream? Why are you streaming and stuff like that?
hmm.
Like
Huh. I
how?
actually thought about that. I don't know. I think how it originated is probably just I thought for a while, making YouTube videos that'd probably be
Hmm.
fun. Just because you'd watch a bit of YouTube, you're like, oh, I bet I could do that. Like especially if you watch games where it's not that hard to do what they're doing, you're like, oh, easy. If they get that many views, why can't I? I know now why they don't.
Yeah.
No, but I think I actually don't know how I found Twitch because I don't think I watched Twitch much in Senegal. But
Yeah.
then I probably just thought, live streaming might be easier just because I spend a lot of time playing games anyway, and
Oh,
it's like a less. Sorry.
two things. First of all, I believe that now the most desired job for kids in the USA is being a YouTuber by
Yeah,
far.
yeah. I think I heard
That's
that
just a
as well.
statistic, yeah. But I think that you discovered Twitch, like when Fortnite was the thing.
Yeah,
Like when you wanted to get into video games and play Fortnite, you couldn't.
yeah,
That's something I assume. Like That's like my best guess.
That's yeah,
So you
that's
probably
actually
watched
probably true.
you probably heard of someone like you could watch Ninja on YouTube. I mean that's how kind of I got introduced to Twitch. It's like you
Hmm.
can watch Ninja on YouTube, but he streams on Twitch. So it's like
I think that's
Twitch,
actually how it went. So I watched not Ninja, like another guy
yeah, playing
play
Fortnite.
Fortnite, and then
Oh, they
and
stream
then
on
I always like
Twitch.
saw like he was like referring to chat. I'm like, what the heck? Who's he talking to?
Yep.
And then I saw, oh, he's streaming live. Interesting. And then that's probably how I got to Twitch. Yeah, probably.
I mean, it literally backs up the most important argument. If you want to grow on Twitch, just do YouTube, because Twitch
Yeah,
isn't a platform where you're gonna get discovered. However,
no,
on YouTube,
definitely not.
you can get discovered pretty well, and all of your audience actually transfers really well. So like,
Yeah.
if you main Twitch, if you still do YouTube, good YouTube content, people will
Hmm.
transfer over. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
No, but I
it's pretty
mean,
cool.
like for when I started streaming, it was a lot of like then I kind of realized like why would someone watch me on YouTube?
Hmm.
Like why would they click on my video? And I
Why?
didn't know. I think a lot of people ask that question.
Yeah.
No, and then I just thought, I spend a lot of time playing games anyway, so I might as well just stream it. And if someone, for some reason, finds that relatively interesting, then they have the chance at least to watch it. Then I also thought, like, why would anyone want that? But I mean, here I am now. so, so it's kind of just more of I have time. I'm playing games. I wanted to do like I thought YouTube was a fun idea,
Is it?
but I didn't want to put in the effort to
Oh,
make a
okay.
video.
I mean,
So I just thought, live streaming easier.
yeah. I mean, it's easier, but I don't want to crush your dreams here. But you know that it ain't gonna get you anywhere if
No,
you just stream.
no, yeah, I know. It was
D-
it was from the beginning. It was just kind of like a fun
Yeah.
thing. I was honestly, I never even thought I'd make like any money from it at all.
Uh, I've got a quick question. So
Yeah,
you just said that you did it for fun. Do you,
yeah.
so what are you? So do you still want to just do it for fun, or like as like a nice hobby, or like thing that like to get you away from like? So it's a
Um,
platform where you can
mm,
speak English, to get you away from like
yeah,
IRL stuff as well, or like is it something that you want to do as a living, or is it something like in the gray zone, like you want to do it as a hobby, blah blah blah, but if I have an opportunity, or like I may think
yeah,
about this as like a potential
yeah, yeah.
thing, or like even a side hustle, like
I'd
what do you think?
probably I'd probably say it like that. Yeah. So I'm still doing it for fun. I mean,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be doing it if I wouldn't enjoy doing it.
Mhm.
But I mean, obviously, if for some reason I end up like blowing up and I would make enough money, I don't know if I'd quit just to get a job. Like, I don't think I would. So if I could make a living off of it, I probably would end up doing that. But I don't see myself making a living off of it, so I kind of just like no, it's probably just gonna be for fun.
What
I mean, it
about
is fun, so.
yeah? What about side hustle sort of thing? So it's like fun, but like you know that you can monetize it potentially, and like
Mhm.
for example, let's say 2 years down the line, or like 3 years down the line, um, you're met with the reality that you need a job, or
Yeah.
like you're going to university,
Right.
one of the two, and in your spare time after work, or like after uni or whatever, like you're just recording videos, and then like you can make enough money to probably fund you like a better microphone, or like a better like a computer upgrade down the line,
Mhm. Mhm.
sort of thing. This sort of thing. Could you see? How would you feel about that?
Uh, I mean, that's kind of not what I'm hoping for, but like that would be pretty cool if I could like just as an extra income kind of thing, like
Yeah,
where it's just
like a
fun.
side thing. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Where it's just a side thing, and you don't want to put in all your energy into it, but like enough to show that you do care, kind of. And getting money obviously isn't a bad thing.
yeah.
So
At least
like
you're
that,
at least you're
I
honest.
I could like if it went that way, that would be kind of the best I can imagine it going. I mean, obviously, theoretically, the best would be that I'd live off of that, but
Hmm.
that's unlikely.
Yeah, but you still have to like actually work for it.
Yeah,
That's just like the saddest thing.
that's true.
I mean, I told you about my Dutch friend who like did really well with YouTube. And on his like
Mhm,
first YouTube stream, he got like 65 average viewers.
mhm, mhm.
I think on the second stream, he didn't play the game he's known for, so that's why he only averaged like 30 something. But like even still, he could play Minecraft and he still get
Mm,
like 30 average viewers
yeah,
probably. I mean, on his first stream, he actually got 50 playing Minecraft
that's
average.
insane.
And like when he was playing the game that he's known for, he averaged over 100. Like at that time when he was playing that, I think he peaked
That's
at like
crazy.
114 or something crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's something crazy, but like there's people with like 114,000. Like
yeah, but I
no,
mean,
they like
for
later
the
being get
first
like
stream though.
yeah, no for I mean it depends because like yeah because like you could have your first stream on Twitch and have like half a viewer average, like half a viewer like like
If at all.
yeah
I
it's
think
like
my first month or so was like I'd be
yeah
kind of like weirdly nervous if I saw that there was someone
wait there's a
actually
chat
watching what I do.
someone in chat wait someone typed a message
Yeah,
it's like
I
you're
know, right?
like when you
Dude, usually they wouldn't even type a message. Like I just see like the viewer count would go up. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay.
pressure's
Breathe
on
in, breathe
now.
out. Okay, just chill, chill, chill. And then someone would type something like, oh my word, oh no, I need to actually answer now.
Do you know it's like that like that thing where like a dog like a puppy it
Yeah,
sees you after like you go from like go you go back to your house after like I don't know going to a shop or something and
yeah,
like your puppy comes back and he's like all hyped up because like
yeah,
I think because like time is relative so for dogs one our our 1 year for us is like an 8 years for a dog
yeah,
so you may be away from like for like an hour but you were away for like 8 hours for him or
yeah,
something
yeah,
so if that makes sense so he's like oh my god
yeah.
you know that's a good thing
Pretty much
so
exactly
like
like that. Yeah.
so like when you see a viewer like oh and then like they're typing it's like that meme like of a guy
Yeah.
yeah but like it's like oh my god he's typing he's actually interacting with me
Dude, yeah.
yeah so
Dude, and then as soon as I think the first actually can't, oh I don't want to say this wrong now. But like the first kind of how do you call them? Like the one of the people that came in often,
hmm
like started coming in often. Dude, once that happened, I was like, oh my word! Like this person actually comes to my stream like regularly now. Like, oh
oh
dear.
oh my
Like, I better actually start, making it worth their time. Dude, but it
hmm
was wild. Like the first, what was that, 6 months probably even.
was it I know I I only oh god I cannot hear you
Yeah.
oh there we go okay
Okay.
um I yeah. So I discovered you when you were like just affiliated. I was like the
Yeah.
first person to like donate like 25 bits or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was
No, I
more of a
still remember that.
gesture.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just some like okay, very honestly, I thought you were just a guy that would look around for people that just affiliated and then would give them bits and like, well, like, congratulations.
Yeah.
I thought that was literally what you would do. I'm like, okay, thanks, but like cool.
I mean, because you were streaming BFN. For people
Yeah.
who don't know the acronym, it's like Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborhood, which is like a third-person shooter.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
pretty chill game though. But like, shame
Yeah, it's
it's
nice,
kind of
nice.
cancelled now. But yeah, they could have handled it better. Let's say, the less said about that, the better. When you were streaming that, I was like, because that's how I discovered one of my like one of the friend groups in America because
Mm-hmm.
one of them was like streaming the same game BFN,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying, oh 100% win rate, like 100% win rate, blah blah, the best player. I was like, he's trash talking, and I was like, yeah I don't know, but like dang,
Is it though?
I actually watched his stream and he was like, he played 6 games, he won the 6 games, like it's obviously team, but like still, and like he
Right.
basically top fragged in like 4 out of them. and he was
It's
like always
great.
in like the
Yeah.
top three. So I was like, okay, he's actually good. So he has like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's a bit clickbaity, but like that's what you gotta do. Fair enough.
I mean,
I mean, it
if
worked for
it's
me.
not wrong, then
No, it worked for me because like
yeah,
he
exactly,
got my
exactly. Yeah,
attention, and he managed to retrieve my attention because he was good enough to prove to he was good enough of a streamer to attract like he has my interest and he managed to
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, even if he got your attention to prove him wrong, pretty much, and you'd have to like watch one or two games to
Yeah.
prove him wrong, kind of.
But the thing is
So
I
even
stuck
just
with
that,
it because
it's pretty good.
he proved me wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I actually made a good amount of friends just from this game, which is something I never really done before. But I think that's because I never really interacted with people in
Mm-mm.
video games. Like I don't do that, but I never asked or like did anything. For example, because I didn't really use Twitch back then. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
so when I was watching you, I was just getting into Twitch. So like
Mm.
I'm relatively new to Twitch, like 1.5 years probably on the platform, which is not a
Yeah.
lot. But yeah, that's how I met you. That's how I met some other people. And when I just saw you, like, wait, first I feel itchy. I was like, oh, cool. I have some bits. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
toss a coin, toss a bit to the streamer. Just as a nice. It's I usually do that for like a gesture, like I don't have
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
but like
No, it worked though.
no,
I was like, wow, okay, first stream instantly, like someone just comes in
no,
and gives bits. I
yeah.
mean,
It's like
fine.
it's like this meme with a farmer, like it ain't much, but it's honest work. It's
Yeah.
like one of those. And
Exactly.
I mean, the thing is that like if you're like full time streamers, like
Mm.
it's really like someone like Dream who has like 110,000 average viewers or something crazy on Minecraft Championships. Like they're
Does he
huge
have that
streamers
much?
on events. On YouTube he had like 300k, but
Dude,
he hit
what?
10 mil on YouTube as well. He actually is getting a diamond play button.
No
Like
way. Like, wow, okay.
yeah, he. The thing is that people know him for like Minecraft Manhunt, but like I'm the
Yeah.
other person who knows. Oh yeah, he's the guy who found PewDiePie's world seed. That's how I
Yeah.
knew of Dream. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so I kind of knew him. I didn't know him before everyone else, but like my
Yeah, but like
perception of him is
earlier than
different.
most.
My perception of him is different, I think, because they were like, "Oh, it's this guy. Okay, cool." Ignored him until he did the manhunts.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you
Dude.
like finding life now? Basically, that's like one of the final questions I want to ask you.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I know it's quarantine,
I mean,
That's
how
it's a bit
did that
boring.
affect you?
But
Like, did
sorry?
COVID affect you in any way?
Uh I'll find out once I'm around people again how weird I'm gonna be around people.
Oh God.
No. No, I mean it's just I notice I'm spending way too much time in my room just either doing schoolwork or playing games or just kind of, just sitting around doing nothing or just watching
Mhm.
stuff. Like it feels really weird not being allowed to go outside. Well,
Yeah.
I kind of go outside, but like not around people. So
Apart from the
it's a
COVID
bit
situ-
annoying, but yeah,
apart from the COVID situation, how are you finding like life in general
yeah.
now? Since like
Um,
you obviously like
yeah,
started to settle in now. Like you feel more comfortable, not totally comfortable, but, like
yeah,
you know your surroundings basically. I would
yeah.
say.
So I'd probably definitely more comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it's been like 3 years now. But it still feels like I'm new here, even after 3 years, which is it's kind of strange. It's like in all the groups, also like friend groups and everything, I'm still kind of considered like a new person, even though,
Outcast.
for
You're an
example, like
outcast.
in sorry,
You're an outcast basically.
not necessarily, just like I don't know, I'm perceived as not an outcast because outcast kind of sounds like no one wants to be with me. Like in my groups of friends, even if someone came from a different school to our school,
Mhm.
they would probably be integrated a lot quicker than I ever will. So like they already seem like they were part of the school. But I'm like not. Like, give me a sec.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have technical difficulties. Well then, I'm just gonna use this time to plug
Yeah,
our
sorry.
socials. Yeah, I'll just use this time
Yeah.
to plug our socials. So, obviously, top left of the screen, you can see both our socials. It's on a
Mm.
rotating slideshow. So, the YouTube, the Twitch, exactly. I think that's basically the correct spelling. So, the Shory
Yeah,
23 on the Shory 23 on
should be
Twitch. You see the spelling. It has the three, the O, no, the three and the zero.
0-0.
And then on
Very
YouTube, the
important.
Show Gaming, which has the 3 and the 0 as well. Uh, Obviously for me, I don't really show on Twitch, but yeah, the OG plays and Oscar G for my YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just that you're like kind of, it's your life is interesting and like the thing, the reason why I wanted to have a talk with you is that like your life, I would say it's super different, but like it is
Yeah.
different and like I think that
Mm.
out of this talk there could be someone at least who could probably learn something like a
Yeah.
culture or like some experiences, like from our experiences someone could learn something or like understand things better, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I'm
Yeah.
glad we covered a lot. I mean, I think that we could have covered more, but at the same time we yeah, we wanted to have an authentic experience. Like I didn't really, I literally deleted my notepad because like you know
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
that like it's not good to be like really strict. Like just an authentic experience. It's a bit like
Yeah.
two guys just like talking and chilling basically. It's just chill
That's
vibes.
literally what it was.
I mean yeah, but like
Yeah. No, it was amazing.
I think that hopefully there will be some good value provided from this. And thank
Yeah.
you very much for coming.
Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
mean, if you guys also have like any more questions that maybe weren't answered, I mean, you can probably just comment it
Uh huh.
down. Or I don't know if you'd want. I'll probably answer that as well. But I mean, on Twitch, you can ask me there, or just anywhere
Hmm.
where you could find any of us. You
Yeah.
just ask those questions, give feedback, even. You know,
So
if you'd like more.
yeah, the thing is that like you can probably ask one or two questions if they're like slightly something that we didn't cover because obviously literally this video is literally something that we may refer we may like
Yeah,
tell you
refer
to watch this
to.
video, yeah,
Yeah,
because like
yeah.
it's all there. Like if you want to know who I am, where I live, whatever, like something about my life personally, like all the basics are here. Not
It's all here.
not only
It's
for
all
you, but
here.
also actually for me, because I think I actually
Yeah.
said a bit, yeah. But
No.
I think that's actually the thing is that it felt better because like we're it felt like a duo thing, not like I'm interviewing
Definitely.
you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
And the thing is
yeah,
that I also like when I did that, like I also tried to compare our lives, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah,
So like we have like two different perspectives almost. They're
yeah,
similar, but like they're similar and different at the same time, depending from what
yeah.
angle you look at them. So I
Hmm.
think that if literally if there's someone from the US watching, they have two different perspectives on like because like I would assume that there's just in their mom's basement like just eating Cheetos, drinking Mountain Dew, and like binge watching content. So
Yeah,
they don't they probably have they think that Europe is like this weird thing that like it's like a shadowland, and
Is
like
it a country? What?
wait wait England is my city.
Oh, Europe is the country and England is the city. That's how it works, right?
Yes. Oh god. And like the cap like freaking London is the continent.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Thank you very much again for coming on here.
Dude, it was very fun.
So
Thanks.
if we get a lot of questions, like probably some more
Hmm.
complex questions, like I think they would be different, and there would be if there is potential to make like a part two basically.
Hmm.
Like I would be up for it. I'm not sure if you would be up
Dude,
for
yeah,
it.
I'd be up for it.
Like we could make
Really.
something like this again if we get like some
Yeah.
more questions and maybe something else, like if we like
Yeah.
talked about your life but from a different side of perspective, if that makes sense. So there's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
potential, but the thing is that I'm not sure if people even find this as interesting or as valuable. So like if you ask, there's a higher chance. So at every little
Yeah. Or I mean, if you guys have, if you just like the way we talk about things, if you have any other things you'd want us to talk about, I mean, I'd be up for it. So like, you
I,
know, just leave it down in the comments. You know,
yeah,
that's where you go.
yes, the comments.
The
Please like and
comments
subscribe.
right now, please.
Otherwise,
Lamp.
yes, I want to say the same thing. That's brilliant.
Oh no.
Lamp. Okay,
Oh, it is amazing.
it was an amazing time, and thanks so much again.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we're ending it here.